Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. Coming up on today's show, we're going to mix a couple of sports, hockey and golf. We're going to catch up with our friends at the Snider Hockey and Education Foundation, an annual event. It's played at 4 different courses every year, and it raises a lot of money to help underprivileged kids learn about golf and hockey, but more important, learn about life and how they can better themselves with education, and it's surrounded by sports. And another stop on today's show will be at Union League Liberty Hill, where recently the Philadelphia section of the PGA held its annual Silvercrest Cup competition. And the winner, well, Anthony Sebastianelli. We've featured him before on the show. We'll take a look and talk to Anthony about what he did at the Silvercrest Cup. So, it's a full sheet coming up next right here on Inside Golf. The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.
Golf is the great equalizer. For many, this journey is an escape from reality, a chance to be part of a team, a career opportunity. PGA Reach impacts lives through golf by lifting people up, giving them hope, and sending them down an alternate path that they never saw coming. With PGA Reach Philadelphia, as in life and in golf, the most important shot you take is the next one.
The Golf Association of Philadelphia. Founded in 1897, GAP is the nation's oldest regional or state golf association. We serve amateur golf in Eastern PA, Southern New Jersey, and all of Delaware. GAP welcomes all golfers, junior or senior, male or female, public or private. Join the Golf Association of Philadelphia today. Our mission is always to preserve, protect, and promote the great game of golf. Before you tee it up, look us up. Visit gapgolf.org to find out more.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. St. David's here in Wayne, and we're talking about the Snider Cup. Bill Whitmore's here to talk about it with me. Bill, you're the chairman of the board of Snider Hockey and Education.
Correct.
And one of your, I guess, contributing ideas was this Snider Cup. This is year 4, and in the short-term definition, you get a bunch of guys to play 4 of the best venues, golf venues in the Philadelphia area, raising money, and it all goes to Snider Hockey and Education, right? So
94% of the money we raise goes to the program. So we have a very low overhead, but this event here will raise $1.7 million. That all
$1.7 million for this year's edition of Snider Cup.
For the 4 stops, and we're lucky. This year we were Ronamick, Applebrook, St. David's, and we finalized at Golf Mills. We're playing 4 great courses, and the nice part about this event is people come back every year. We have very little turnover, and what I'm really proud of, the first year we had 2 $25,000 sponsors. This year we have 1 $50,000 and 9 $25,000. So the people come here, believe in the program, they understand what we're doing, they get to meet our kids, they understand the impact on these kids. 180 kids or something like that we've sent to college for free. There's a young lady right over here, and we've sent about 150 kids to the Archdiocese schools for free.
Wow.
So it's
some contribution.
Yeah, look, we have to credit Ed Snider because...
Well, that's what I was going to get into you with. The way he set up his foundation is for every dollar that is donated by an individual,
Right.
the Snider Foundation kicks in $2. So actually it's a triple effect.
I kid around and say he controls us in his death because if we don't raise the money, we don't get the money. So we have to raise the money.
Right.
So, but it's been a good program, and actually when he was alive, that's the way we were set up. That for every dollar we could raise, he would put $2 in. But he put us in great footing, and we hope to be around forever.
Well, good luck. I'll look forward to year number 5.
Good, Harry. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Bill. Well, this is Jasmine Messino, and she has been involved in Snider Hockey and Education for 15 years. You started out at the age of?
6.
6 years old. You're graduating in May from Villanova, degree civil engineering.
That's right.
That's pretty impressive. But what is equally as impressive, I think, is what you did to help spread the word about Snider Hockey and Education and what Snider Hockey and Education has done for you. Tell us about it.
Well, I mean, Snider has a bunch of partner schools to send students like me to college, and I almost foolishly turned down one of those scholarships to go to Villanova. So it was a bit of a risk that I was taking, but they eventually made Villanova a partner school, and now I get to go for free.
In your wildest dreams, back when you were not 6, but how about when you were 12, 13, getting ready for high school, did you think you'd be standing here getting ready to go into your senior year at Villanova already with a job offer?
Yeah, I did not, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the support that Snider has provided for me, just based on the coaches I've had and how supportive they've been, but also all of the resources that they have. I did not imagine I would be graduating from college almost debt-free. So,
how about this? I'm going to ask you about, you played hockey, right?
Yes.
Still do. Huh? How about that? Tell us about your hockey career.
It's been awesome. I played with the boys up until I was 18 years old with Snider, and then eventually I got to a point where I couldn't anymore, which fine by me. I love my team at Villanova. There's a club women's ice hockey team that I'm now president or co-president of and a captain. So, I mean, Snider's prepared me for this, like for my job, for being a role model on my team, and it's been a lot of fun.
Jasmine Messino. She knows all about Snider Hockey and Education. Number 1, he was the best. The goalie for the Flyers back in the mid-'70s when they picked up not 1 but 2 Stanley Cup championships, Bernie Perrant. Bernie, let me ask you, we're here today kind of like taking note of Ed Snider's contribution, not just in hockey but other things like Snider Hockey and Education. What do you think if somebody were to ask you the legacy of Ed was, what was it?
Well, Ed was a caring person. You know, really care about hockey players, of course, you know, played on his team. But he also cared as a human being, you know. If you had a problem or something like this, he was always there, trying to help you to overcome the problem. What a great individual. I loved him so much.
I can imagine. Well, you did so much for that hockey team. I mean, you won back-to-back. You can't do any better than that. I got to ask you, when's the last time you played golf?
Well, I have a sore back now. I just had an operation, so I played last year, you know, and then I had the 4 months ago a big operation on my back. He did a lot of work. It was a major operation. But guys like you and me, we never quit. So I'll get getting better one day.
As I used to say, don't pick up on the golf course, don't pick up on the game of life. You know, they had a bumper sticker back in the mid-'70s when the Flyers were winning those cups, and the greatest of all time said, only the Lord saves more than Bernie Perrant. And you had a conversation with the Lord about that.
Yes. He told me at the beginning, he said, don't you ever forget that either.
Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, forever, Bernie Perrant. Bernie, always a pleasure.
Thank you. Love you, partner. Be cool.
All right, folks, you know, normally you don't see me playing. That second shot I hit here, I thought it was perfect. The only defense this 18th hole has is where that bunker is when you got the pin there. And I put it right in the corner of the bunker. But I'm putting for par. Let's take a look and see how I did. One time. Oh, all day. That's good, isn't it? This is Scott Thorpe. He's been involved, I don't know, probably as long as Bill Whitmore, but we won't get into numbers.
Well, I'm going on 18 years. I
you know for sure.
Him. I know that, yeah.
President, CEO, Snider Hockey Education, and a great tennis player back in his day. I'm sure he is today, too, but we won't get into tennis. This is a golf day.
Pickleball these days.
Pickleball, there you go. Listen, Scott, the tail end of my interview with Bill, we talked about Ed Snider's legacy. It's long. I mean, obviously, it's not just on the ice. A lot of it is, so much of it, like this, is off the ice. He's a pretty smart guy, wasn't he?
Ed was maybe one of the smartest guys I've ever met, you know. Smartest guy in the room all the time. But, I mean, I think the greatest compliment I ever received from Ed was shortly before he died. He called me over one day and he said, Scott, I want to thank you. You guys have exceeded my expectations. And if you can exceed someone like Ed Snider's expectations, that's saying a lot.
You've been around for 18 years. How many kids have been touched by Ed Snider's legacy when it comes to hockey and education?
Over 20,000.
Wow. And the money that's been raised to help their education?
Over 200 million.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you've been at the point, at the tip of the spear, guiding this thing. Congratulations. Job well done.
Thank you so much. It's a job that hasn't been a job. You know, you wake up every day and you're fulfilling dreams, you're changing lives, and boy, that's a reward.
It is. Well, thanks a lot for joining us here on Inside Golf, and keep up the pickleball.
Appreciate it.
Hi, Tony Salucci with the Beacon Group of Companies. If your company has between 50 and 500 employees enrolled in your health insurance plan, there's a really good chance we can reduce your costs significantly and increase the benefits employees receive. How do we do it? We put you together with several thousand employers of a similar size across the country, so your company can get amazing buying power. Schedule a conversation with one of our employee benefits specialists today at mybeacongroup.com.
When you vacation in Montgomery County, PA, your money worries get a vacation too.
Oh, you gotta get your value.
Feel free to explore the soldiers' huts.
Free?
$4, that's it? Keep the lettuce coming, Diane.
Parking is free!
Hey, it's free!
With so many affordable things in Montgomery County, go ahead. Freak out.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. Well, recently the Philadelphia section of the PGA held one of its annual events. It was at Union League Liberty Hill. It was the Silvercrest Cup. Let's see what happened.
With a score of -6 and the recipient of a $15,000 check.
Anthony Sebastianelli of Rolling Green Golf Club turned in a sparkling 6-under par 66 to win the third annual Silvercrest Cup by 2 strokes. He won over Cedarbrook's Andrew Cornish. Sebastianelli made 8 birdies and 2 bogeys on a rather cool, breezy day at Union League Liberty Hill.
It was a real test of golf today, especially with the wind kind of blowing all day. It definitely showed you had a complete control of your golf ball. There were times throughout, especially the start of the back nine, I could have gotten away from me. My caddy kind of kept me calm and was able to relax me at those times, so the round didn't slip away. So it was very difficult with the wind, trying to control your ball flight, trying to control trajectory and spin. It was relaxing getting done, that's for sure.
He started his day by firing a front 932 and finished the round with birdies on 2 of his last 3 holes. Sebastianelli won the 4th and final Silvercrest Cup qualifier this season at the Doylestown Open back in July. Silvercrest Asset Management partnered with the Philadelphia PGA in 2022 and created the Silvercrest Cup, a new tournament series for Philadelphia PGA professionals. 54 pros earned their place in the $30,000 Silvercrest Cup final due to a points system. The top 8 amateurs on the Golf Association of Philadelphia's William Hyman III Player of the Year list were also invited to compete. The Silvercrest Series also provided significant donations to PGA Reach Philadelphia and to GAP's J. Wood Platt Caddy Scholarship Trust.
An event like this doesn't happen without an extended team. So a big thank you to Dean, Jack, Lindsay, the other Jack and the John, everybody from Silvercrest. It's been such a pleasure to work with you the last few years. So thanks, team. Appreciate it.
It's all about giving back to, the assistant and head professional golfers that work at all the clubs in the section, spend the majority of their time worrying about their members, supporting the game of golf in various ways, hosting people at their clubs, but rarely do they get a chance to get out and really play the game that they love. And so Silvercrest decided 3 years ago, this is our 3rd annual championship here today, that we wanted to give back to those folks and also give back to the charitable enterprises that the game of golf is so well known for. And so here we are with our third annual championship, and we're delighted with the field that we had today. The players enjoy it. They get a chance to play for a sizable purse, which doesn't often happen for them. We encourage them through 4 qualifying tournaments to work on their game throughout the year, remember why they got into the golf business and why they love the game so much, and then come out and compete in a real professional tournament. We have them walking with caddies. There are people here watching them play, which doesn't often happen as well. And it's just an exciting way to give back to them.
Without them and their support of not just this event, but our section, this event would not be as special as it is. I mean, it means the world, to be honest. I just got married in May. My wife and I just bought a house. So, the added money is definitely extremely, we're extremely fortunate to have Silvercrest be a part of our section and to give those bonuses. And, every event that is associated with them is just awesome. I mean, last year 3-putting the last hole to miss out on a playoff and to kind of come here and win this is extremely special, not just to me, but to my wife and to everybody back at RG.
And congratulations once again to Anthony Sebastianelli. All right, stay with us. Coming up next, our Teed Off panel is ready to go. Our Teed Off panel is brought to you by Lulu Country Club. Welcome back. Inside Golf continues. We're at the grill at Lulu Country Club in Upper Dublin. And here's the panel today. Ken Phillips. He is the current president of the Golf Association of Philadelphia. And we appreciate him joining us, give us a little insight on GAP, and always a pleasure to talk to the guy in charge. Next up, Joe Logan. Joe needs hardly any introduction. MyPhillyGolf.com. He's covered the game for decades, and he's a main contributor to Inside Golf and Teed Off. Jim Sullivan. He's on the home court here at Lulu, right? He's got the logo tucked away there on the left arm. There you go. Looking good, Sully. Good to have you back.
Thanks for having me.
I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
You've been playing the game how many years now?
I mean, it started very young. I'm 49 and started as a 3, 4, or 5-year-old. So
Right.
as soon as I could kind of get around with.
The topic is, what are the main reasons you like to play the game of golf? All right, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. And have they changed since you were 3 years old?
Yeah, so it's a good question. What I would say the number one thing I enjoy about playing is the ability to compete with, whether it's with friends out here on a Saturday, still trying to win $5 or $10 from them, or I've played and I've kept my hands in the kind of local or regional competitive space and trying to compete at that level. I would say that the evolution is when I was a teenager and really got hooked on golf, I played a lot. I just loved the idea of being out and able to do my own thing. I was on my own with friends or whatever, and it wasn't so much competition focused, it was just getting out and playing a game that you're enjoying doing. It was, I played plenty of other team sports. I just liked that aspect of golf. I mean, I would hang around Huntington Valley until it was dark and then walk home. Over the last, 30 years, say, it's been different facets of competing at a high level and professionally, and then at, in amateur tournaments. But today, my favorite rounds are just with 3 or 4 friends and trying to win $10 off them. But still, the competition's my favorite part.
Right. You talk about walking off Huntington Valley. Before we started this interview, we were talking about a recent book by our friend John Riley on Billy Hyman. And you had the privilege of
Sure.
getting a lesson or two, or maybe trying to take $5 from Mr. Hyman.
A lot of late nines with Mr. Hyman where we would play for a Coke, and I would have been 15 and 16 and starting to get decent, and he would have been getting close to 80, and I never won the Coke one time.
He never had to buy you a Coke?
Never one time.
How about that?
He never let me buy him one, but he never owed me one either.
Okay. How about you, Joe? Why do you like this game so much?
In part for what Jim just said, I love the competitiveness of it. I love that it's a difficult game that you'll never, get great at, no matter how good you are. Even Tiger Woods says it's a game I'll never figure out all the way. I like that it's an individual sport. So no matter how good or bad you do, you've got nobody to blame but yourself. And I love the fact that it's outdoors. I love being out there. I love fall golf and spring golf, and I just love being out indoors. That hasn't changed. The one thing that has changed for me a little bit is it's more of a social aspect now that I don't go into an office anymore. I don't have as many colleagues that I see on a regular basis. So some of that has been transferred to the guys I see on the golf course and play and have a beer with after the round. It's more of a social thing for me now than it was for years and years when I'd finish the course, the game, and run home because I had little kids at home and I couldn't hang out and do that kind of stuff.
Right, gotcha. Ken, what's your main reason?
I want to follow right up on that. It's the camaraderie. You know, if the four of us are playing, I get more enjoyment now out of doing that than competing. You know, I've competed, I'm 65, so I've competed, and it's not that I don't still like to compete, but, you know, I love GAP, I love the administration part of it, but I love just the four of us going out to play, playing for $5 or $10, you know, having something in the game. And it's really the fellowship of it. And I don't care who I play with. You know, some people would say, well, I'm a 30. You know, why do you want to play with a 30? Well, you know, maybe I can help you. Or maybe you can help me.
Yeah.
You know, so I really will play with anybody only because I think that's what golf is. You know, it's really getting out and being outdoors and having friendly, you know, little matches. And that to me right now is pretty much where my game is.
You know, no matter where I go, people always say, what's the best part of that show that you like the most? And it has to do with one thing, meeting new people, picking up on your line of all types of talent and ability. It has nothing to do with ability. We all can't be scratch golfers. Probably more of us are way above that, and that's okay, you know. And I'd have to say that 95% of the people I meet, like for the first time, I regret not having met them earlier in my life through the game of golf, you know, because it just seems like, oh, maybe I am biased. I mean, I play a lot of golf still. But the people I meet on the golf course, whether it's the first time or the 100th time, boy, it's a pleasure. And people say, well, it's too long, 4 hours. Yeah, but guess what? If you're with the people that I've met, and I've been fortunate, and there's a lot of other people that share, I guess, the same experience, you get to spend 4 hours with people that you like, even if it's the first time around. You're a lucky guy.
When I used to write those golf course reviews for the Inquirer, I would go to golf courses by myself, alone, go in and pay my greens fee and walk to the first tee and play with whoever was standing on the first tee. And never knew any of them, and we would play. But I can't think of all the hundreds of times I did that I ever left thinking, what a jackwad that guy was. You know, you meet the nicest people, and you know, golf people are good. They're good.
Yeah, they sure are, and the game's good. And you know, the thing of it is, you know, they used to say, you always save the best shot for your last one on the 18th, because that's the one that's going to bring you back. Well, maybe, but there's a lot of things that bring you back to the game, and it isn't always making a 12-foot putt or a great approach shot to that 18th green, because it comes down to the main thing, the people that play the game. Gentlemen, thank you, and we'll be back. More of Inside Golf coming up. Monco All Access is brought to you by the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board.
For this week's Monco All Access, we visit Hickory Valley Golf Club in Gilbertsville, Pennsylvania.
Originally, the golf course was built in 1968, and with the two courses, we get everything from, you know, like I said, the novice that comes out to the player that's a scratch player. The community around here really likes, they just like what we do. I mean, it's just a day to come out and have some fun and just get away from life for a little while. It's about as easy as it gets. We've got 36 holes on the golf course. We have the Ambassador course, and then we also have the Presidential course. Older people, seniors, novices to the game, they like to play the Ambassador. Presidential side, a little bit more tougher, about 50 more bunkers, and we actually have hosted the state publics here twice. Now, we have full service. We have a full pro shop with anything you need. We have a driving range. Unfortunately, it's a little bit shorter. We just prefer to use irons only. It's just a lot of fun to come out and have a day at Hickory Valley and just enjoy life as you would like to play golf. And one thing that I tell people is we have a couple people here in their 80s that play golf. You know, golf is there for you. You can go anywhere basically in the world, even by yourself, and play a game of golf.
For more on golf and other fun things to do all around Montgomery County, PA, check out valleyforge.org. We'll see you next time on Monco All Access. For the Valley Forge Tourism and Convention Board, I'm Rachel Riley.
The J. Wood Platt Caddy Scholarship Trust is the official charitable arm of GAP. The Trust's mission is to financially aid and empower qualified caddies and those working in golf operations in the pursuit of higher education. Over $25 million has been awarded to more than 3,700 caddies. J. Wood Platt's Empower program strengthens scholarship investment dollars by providing our scholars with exceptional benefits. Visit our website, plattscholar.org, to learn more.
Parking is free! Hey! $4! Yes!
With so many affordable things to do in Montgomery County, PA, go ahead, freak out.
Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. And next week, we'll be right here at Aronimink in Newtown Square. For the last 32 years, the great Jay Sigel has hosted an event raising money for cancer research. This is year 32 for Jay's event. And we'll talk to Jay, and we'll talk to the honored guest of this year's event, Peter Jacobson. We'll find out about how he's doing in the transition from playing golf to talking about it on NBC and the Golf Channel. Jay Sigel and Peter Jacobson next week here on Inside Golf. I'm Harry Donahue. See you next time here on Inside Golf. The 27th season of Inside Golf is presented by Destination Montco Golf, the First Tee of Greater Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Association of Golf Course Superintendents, the Golf Association of Philadelphia, GAP, Jersey Man and Philly Man Magazine, and Inside Golf's partner since 1998, the Philadelphia section of the PGA.